Hi folks, Dale here from Rival Technologies, and in this video I'm going to share my workflow for creating a simple demo reel of selfie videos that we've captured during one of our Insight chats. We're going to start this demo in ChatLab itself with the bot titled IKEA Demo selected. You can see that up here, and we're going to go into an activity called NPS Chat. And when that loads up, we can see our authoring environment for the chat itself. This chat's already run. We've got a bunch of responses to questions, so we're going to go down to chat data and we're going to view those responses. Here we can see, once this loads, all our questions over on the left with all the answers on the right. We're going to narrow our focus down to this video question here, and once this loads up we can see all the responses that came in the form of a video, selfie videos that we asked our respondents to provide for us. Each one of these rows is an instance of a video. We can preview that by clicking preview and it'll open up a dialog and you can see that. We can see a transcription over on the right. But what we want to do is we want to select all of these and we want to go over here. You can see those are all selected. And we want to click the action menu and then click select media for export. So we're going to go export selected media. It's going to give us a dialog. We're going to give it a name, IKEA Videos. And then we're going to click OK. And that'll create an instance in our exports section under the media tab. And what we can see here is that the system is getting those videos ready for us to download. It's creating a little package, and there we go. 17 files are ready to download. So when we click download, the browser will create a download instance of that. We can watch as it downloads, and those will be brought onto our desktop or into our downloads folder where we can upload them into another app. Here we are at Animoto.com. I've got a project open here called IKEA Demo. You can see that in the top left here. This is a tool that's hosted in the cloud, as I mentioned, and that means that you'll have to go and create your own account at Animoto.com. I've done so. You can play with this tool for free, which is great. And if you do decide to invest in it, it's actually fairly reasonably priced, which is also great. For the purposes of this demo, I've created the project already, and I'm just going to quickly walk you through how I did this. A quick orientation of the floor plan here. You can see we have a timeline here. There's cards on this timeline. Each card represents a piece of content. On rollover of the card, you can see what would be presented in the video itself, and then we've got a bunch of video content that represents our selfie videos. Finally, towards the end of the timeline here, we've got a logo slide, and we're going to populate that with a logo, and then we've got a new video card that's empty. This empty video card I'm going to actually drag some content into from my media library over here. This is an index of media content, videos, images that I've uploaded. This is the upload affordance. If I click that, I get the desktop browser, and now I can go to some videos, select those, press open, and those will get brought up into the Animoto application. I've already done that in the interest of time here, and I just want to show you how easy it is. To add a block, you click the add block button up here in the right corner. You can pick video. There's my new block. I've got 2 empty blocks now, and I can go ahead and drag in content to populate those blocks. And what's neat is the videos kind of auto orient themselves inside the block. You can click on the edit button and then do things like scale that video if you want. You can also click trim video over here and just take a portion of that video. Say I want just this middle portion, press apply, and that'll give me just that portion. So it's super easy to edit this content once you get it onto a card. And then it's also super easy to move these cards around. If I wanted this to be my first video card, I simply drag it and reposition it, which is super nice. Content that's in a card can just be replaced. So I could, for instance, I could take this card here, video I should say, put it on there, and now I've got that replaced. I mentioned these 2 text cards here. Let's go ahead and edit those. I click on edit, and the text itself I can select, and then I use this enter text affordance here to enter and edit the text the way I want it. Each card has a title and a subtitle. I don't have the subtitle used for here. You can turn on and off legibility. If you want to put an image behind, it's nice. That makes it easy to see the text over top of the image. And then the images themselves, I can click this image button here, and I have a background affordance. I can upload an image, change its scale, and I can do things like rotate it. And so yeah, that's the background image. You can change how long you want that card to present in the timeline. I've got it set for 5 seconds, but I can press plus or minus to get it up or down. And that's the basic editing of the text cards themselves. Finally, there is a logo card, and this is a special card. You can bring in other things like a quote or a collage. But yeah, this logo card allows you to end your video with a bit of an identity moment. And so I've got this logo here, which is our rival logo. If I want to populate that, I just drag it over. What you'll see is that this is a white logo on a black background. So let's edit that, and we're going to change the color and make that white. And that'll present nicely now in a really clean way. I'll mention there is a design tab over here, and this is where you can do things like edit the logo. There's a show more affordance. I can position the logo in a different way using this little tool. There's some global settings in the design tab here around color. You can change the title color and the subtitle color here, as well as the video background color. That's a global setting. You can also change those individually by editing individual cards. And then finally, you can globally change the size of the text here and the way that font presents on the cards. So right now, if I wanted something a little fancier, I could select this or any number of different options here. Let's go with a lighter font. And so yeah, that's how you sort of manage the way that type is presented on these cards. Again, that's in the design tab. So that's the basics of how to edit a demo reel. Once we've got something we like, we can go ahead and preview it. So up here in the right corner, we've got a button called Preview. I'm going to click that. It will populate a dialog window here, and it'll generate a little low-resolution preview that allows me to watch what I've created. And once I've decided I like it, I can go ahead and I can produce it. So I'm going to just go ahead and press Produce. And it gives me a little bit more details here to fill out: the title, when it was created, who the producer was, maybe even a description. And once I've got that the way I like it, I'll press Finish. And it'll do its thing, and it'll start to create a bunch of different versions as far as file sizes for this video. And then there's some tabs down here. There's a Share tab, there's a Download tab, and each of these affordances allows me to populate and share this content out in different ways. I can just simply copy the link to it. I can take this code and embed it in a web page. I can push it to YouTube, or I can download it. Incidentally, here we can see that our two low-resolution versions of this have been created, and if I click that, it'll download it and push it down into the browser, and now I'll have that asset right on the desktop. And so once Animoto finishes its export, it gives you a nice little asset you can preview in the browser. This is a super easy tool to use, folks. Thanks for watching this demo, and good luck with all your selfie video work in the future. We thank you for using ChatLab, and we have great success with Animoto as well.